What's up guys, Josef Rakich here from Josef Rakich Fitness. Today I'm training back with Willis. We've trained a couple times before, twice I think. Today we're going to take you through a back routine. So we'll do one set each. I'll explain my technique and why I do that, and then Brad will give his take on that. And yeah, the way I like to train is each set I kind of progress up in weight. Now this one here, we are doing single arm at a time. So it's contract, 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 contract. Just getting a good squeeze and contraction of the lat. Once we can't do any more, we're then supersetting them both and just pumping it out. That was good. And then I got Brad to give me a few squats, basically helping me apply more stress and more tension to the muscle. So those 4 reps are very important, and that's why it's always good to have a training partner. So thank you for that. See this, we've got slightly different styles. I did right, left, right, left. Brad is just focusing on one side only, single, and now he's going to do the other one, single, all the way to failure, and then he's going to superset them both together. Four. Alright, let's go 8. 6. Yep. 7. Last one. Yes. Good set. And just that spot, it helps that last little bit of contraction, which is always the hardest part.
I think a big one as well is when you pump them with one arm, to not fully let that other arm relax, to keep some sort of tension on the lat,
exactly,
while using this arm, and then you can go back to using double after
so
that.
constantly one of them's on a static hold essentially. Also guys, at the end of this video, I'll give the answer, but I want you guys to think and take a guess now. How old do you think Brad is?
Be careful with what you want.
Alright, second exercise for back, we're going to a T-bar row. Now obviously there's a few different places you can grab it. I usually grab somewhat of a mid grip, and I keep my elbows kind of back so I'm working my lats. If you fill your elbows out, the rear delts and the upper back are going to take over. So depending on what you're trying to develop and what you're trying to build.
It's always important to stay bent over the machine as well, keep over with your upper body. The more you come up, the more you're just going to distribute the weight away from your lower back. You'll notice every time, every few reps Joseph did, you reset again on that stage and then go again.
Because at the end of the day, you're trying to lift the weight with the muscle and not just lift the weight. So whatever you can do to put that muscle under the most stress is going to be ideal. But we're guys, we've all got ego. So it's hard for us.
Talking about ego, let's go heavy.
Heavy, yeah.
Let's go 3.5. So this is like a machine version of a bent over row, which I've actually never found a machine like this before. Have you, like a machine version of this?
Yeah.
Normally I would just do the bent over row.
Yeah.
But then you can lose a lot of kind of stabilization in the movement, where this is literally just set, and you just have to focus on rolling it and controlling it with your lat. Perfect.
Come on. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, got more. 7, 8, let's go 10. Yep. Anything, last one.
with T-bar row. So what we just did before that was more of a bent over row with a wider grip. Now we're going to do another bent over row movement with a close grip to work a different part of the back. Now, I'm always a big fan, you know, if it's down to me to pick exercises, I'm always a big fan of working from gravity up when it comes to back training. I just feel like that's when the back is the most challenged. Like you can see if Joseph's doing this now, how challenged his back is in this area. And to me, any movement from where you work against gravity is always the hardest when it comes to back. Yes, you can get your pull downs, you can get your isolation. To me, they're more starting and finishing exercises. And then really the bread and butter when it comes to the back, I like to work from gravity up. Any kind of bent over row movement.
Yeah. It's put that thickness on the back as well. This variation of a pull down, the grips are quite narrow. So essentially you're going to be pulling from a little bit more of your lower lat rather than using a wide grip. Also, he has many different places you can put the weights. So I believe on the top pin is what will create a greater stretch. Is that correct, Brad?
Yep.
It'll create a greater stretch. And then obviously down here, it's going to have to pull through a bigger range of motion.
So the way it's ultimately working, the top pin, when he's stretching, is pulling his lat. And then when he pulls, it's very hard in the middle and then lightens off again towards the end. So if you watch him pull, now it's heavy, still heavy, and then it lightens off as it gets to the bottom of the rack. Good, come on. The reason we top and middle kind of load things is because the muscle will always fatigue at the lengthened range first. Sorry, the shortened range first. So your muscle will always fatigue in this position before it fatigues in this position. So what we try to do is we try to fatigue it from the top, and then what we can do, we can lighten the load when it gets to the bottom to mean that you can push that extra mile in the set.
Alright, so final exercise for back. We are doing a seated row. We're going to be doing one arm at a time. Reason being is just so we can get a better squeeze and contraction of the lat. There's a little bit more twist of the body. Yeah, it's a great finisher. I'm probably going to go light and just focus more on the muscles, but I'm not sure what Brad's going to do. That's up to him.
You said that like I always go heavy.